Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. So, in this video, I'm talking about the Harley Davidson Sport Glide, but I'm also talking about what tools you should carry with you. Now, let's face it, modern motorcycles, you're not really going to be doing a lot of fixing on the side of the road, especially with new bikes. They come with, you know, a year roadside recovery. So I would suggest, first of all, always get yourself that, and then if it does break down on the side of the road, just get it recovered to a garage or back home where you can work on it. But the kind of tools that I take are the things that might help me just to keep me rolling along. And some basic tools. Let's say if one of the bolts on here starts to come loose, work itself loose, then I can tighten it up. I'm not going to be doing open heart surgery on the side of the road. I'm not going to be changing tyres or anything like that. It's basically just a little bit of maintenance just to keep me rolling along. Right, so I'll show you what I take with me and what I put in the boxes. First of all, what you want to do when you're considering creating your own toolkit, because they don't come with toolkits anymore, do they, is actually go around the bike yourself and actually just measure up everything, what Allen keys you need, what spanners you need, you know, for all the bolts and everything. That's pretty much what I've done. So come in here and I'll show you what I've got. Okay, so first of all, I've got 3 Allen keys here. And these Allen keys, 3 Allen keys, go around the bike, and they pretty much go over everything. The primary cover, the derby cover, all that kind of stuff. The brake calipers as well, this will do. So pretty much go around the bike, and I found that 3 Allen keys will do everything, and they're really compact. 3 spanners pretty much does everything really. So you've got a, now what was it? A 9/16. 9/16 is the bigger one, and that is good for most of the engine bolts, the engine mounting bolts, that kind of thing. The 1/2 inch spanner, that's pretty much good for everything else, all the other bolts, your gear lever, brake levers, that kind of thing, foot pedals, that kind of thing. And then I've got a 12 and a 13 spanner, because let's face it, you always need a 12 and a 13 spanner. And I found a couple of bolts on here that are suited to a 12, would you believe? So a mixture of imperial and metric there. The other thing I take is a little socket wrench, literally just a similar kind of sizes, and that's it. And with a little T-bar spanner there as well. Also with a little fitting that will fit in to the sockets there. The other thing I take is this, which is a Torx fitment, if you will. Now the Torx are here, these kind of bolts, and they go into there, the derby cover, that kind of thing. And also into the switch gear. So if you have to adjust your switch gear, you'll need one of these or a couple of these. Now for the switch gear, I think it's T25 or is it T27? They're going to be T25, T27 and T30s, I think. So basically that's the next thing I'm going to do. I've only got one of them. I need to go to my sort of local auto store, auto shop in the UK, we call them Halfords or whatever. I'm going to get a set of little Torx fittings which I can carry with me, so that should cover the whole bike. If you look at the switch gear here, you know, it's that kind of thing there, and they'll go in there like that. Right, so that's it. The actual 1/2 inch as well here, the 1/2 inch, that's not a 1/2 inch, that's the 16th, the 1/2 inch as well. You've got your mirrors as well, and these for the mirror bolts right down there, perfect fit as well. Okay, the big Allen key here, you can see, is actually for the indicator housing right there to adjust that. So if they come loose, at least you've got something to tighten them back up. As I say, this is not for open heart surgery on the side of the road if something major happens. This is something literally just to tighten it up and away you go. Okay, the other thing which I take is one of these multi-tool, you know, Gerber Swiss Army knife things. It's got a bit of everything, cutting tool, knife, whatever, and also it's got a Phillips head just for tightening up these kind of things, you know, small little things. I always take with me cable ties, have done for years. You never know when you're going to need them. And I take with me a puck as well. So it depends where I'm going to park the bike. If it's soft ground, stick this on the ground and lean the bike onto that, and that works wonders as well. Well, it's better than nothing, let's put it that way. Okay, so the other thing which I take, I've just put in my toolkit now, is a puncture repair kit. Now, this is probably the one thing that you should carry above anything else, is a puncture repair kit. Get one of those off eBay, 15-20 quid, not even that really, and you get all the spare parts off it as well. Running tubeless tyres on the Harley Sport Glide, actually most of them I would assume are all tubeless tyres, and I tell you what, all my bikes for the last sort of 10 years I've sort of ran tubeless tyres as well. Always carry puncture repair kits, and they're amazing, they work brilliantly. I actually ran a tyre for over 4,000 miles, nearly 5,000 miles I think it was, with a plug insert, and just ran normal speeds as well. So absolutely brilliant, they work really well. Just got to keep on top of them with the tyre pressures and everything, but absolutely fine. Okay, so they usually come with these silly little gas canisters to help fill up your bike. Look, in the pack, I would say keep them, carry them with you. Once you've used them, bin them. But I would just take a little bicycle pump. Yeah, it's going to be hard work to pump up the tyre, but effectively what you're doing, you're just plugging the puncture, trying to put enough air in there so you can roll down the road to a service station, a garage, where you can inflate it properly, or take it to a proper tyre specialist where you can get the whole thing fixed properly. So that's why. But you want something small and compact. Yes, you can take a little mini compressor with you, all that kind of stuff, a tyre inflator, if you've got the room, but I'm talking about travelling light here. Okay, depending on where I'm going as well, I'll take a big chain with me, and that's obviously for bike security. I'll take I'll also take a disc lock, which is there as well. I'll take with me. But also, let's say if I want to leave my helmet tied to the bike, then I just wrap the chain through the helmet, a couple of helmets if I'm going to take a full face helmet, that kind of thing. I'll also take one of these security cables things as well. It's got a wire in there, metal wire in there as well, to make sure it's not plastic, this hard plastic where it can be easily cut. Make sure it's got a metal lining in there. And again, if you've got an open face helmet, what you can do is just slip this through the D-ring and then just use your use the disc lock or whatever to tie it all, or you know, lock it all down. Okay, so the other thing I take is a couple of charging cables with me. That for my phone, depends obviously what you've got. I got it for my phone. I've also got another charging cable here for my intercom phone receiver, Bluetooth phone receiver on the side of my full face helmet as well. And last but not least, some bungee cords, just in case you ever have to strap something to the bike. Now, let's say here on the back, perfect place to strap some bungee cords like that. Okay, but the problem is they're going to touch the paint like there. So what I would suggest is, if you ever think you're going to need to use bungee cords, or you're going to go on some kind of weekend away, or you know, touring trip or whatever, what I would do, if you watch my video on wrapping these in vinyl, I would also put vinyl wrap all over the rear fender. Just completely cover it. It doesn't have to be a fantastic job. What you're going to do is protect the paintwork. So just put vinyl wrap all over it, all big thick electrical insulation tape, that kind of thing. Put it all over it, and then at least you can use the bungee cords, whatever, and you can tie stuff to it. Okay, so pretty much that's it. That's what I'll be taking as a toolkit on my bike. Pretty compact. It will all go into this one bag here. Okay, so it's just one bag now, and then obviously if I got it in my panniers, I'll put it in my panniers. If I take the panniers off, then what I'll probably do is invest in a little tool roll, just a small tool roll, all that will fit in a tool roll, and I'll just either strap that to my bike somewhere or whatever. I think the key thing to remember is when you're doing this, when you're thinking about tools that you're going to use or you want to carry with you, make sure they're tools that you will actually use, and also make sure that the tools actually work on your bike. So go around the bike, pick all the tools, measure them up, and see which exact ones that you'll need. If you're going on a really long tour, yeah, you might want to take a few extra tools, but there's no point in taking big tools that you're never going to use, or tools to do jobs on your bike that you're never going to be able to do by yourself. Okay, so just think about that. Right, anyway, hope you found this useful. Let's say I've got to go and get a set of Torx drivers, whatever you call them, for the switch gear and the derby curve and all that kind of stuff. And it is literally just in case something works itself loose. But right, hope you found that useful. As I say, give it a thumbs up, like, share, and tell all your friends, all that kind of good stuff. Check out the website at RevelatorAlf.com. Also, if you're Reddit users, I've just started a Harley Sport Glide subreddit group on there as well. I've put a few of my videos up there already, but I welcome any of you to, if you're Sport Glide riders, to, you know, upload information, videos, whatever, up to that group as well. So if anybody can help. Right, got to answer this phone. Catch you on the next video, whenever that is. Ta-ra now.